When I say DeLorean, you probably think of the DMC from Back to the Future. But the person who founded the company, John DeLorean story, could just be as interesting as the Back to the Future movie itself. So watch this Automotivania story video to find out about him. It's the year 1981. Mr. John DeLorean has decided to, instead of assist companies such as GMC with their cars, to start his own company, DMC. The first car, the DeLorean, you might think would have been a massive success. No. Despite all of the movie stuff, there can be no getting over the fact that the DMC DeLorean was terrible. Underpowered engine for the type of car it was meant to be. Way too heavy, meaning the car was just slow. It was very unreliable and it was built extremely poorly. So the car was very bad. But was the car's creator very bad too? The DeLorean also caused Mr. DeLorean a lot of debt, meaning by 1982, a year after the DeLorean's release, all unsold cars were accumulated and the company was in deep financial trouble. The same year, John is arrested. He is charged with cocaine trafficking after the following investigation. FBI informant James Hoffman, a former neighbour of John, reports to the FBI claiming, emphasis on that claiming that John had contacted him, inquiring about setting up a large-scale cocaine deal. Hoffman also knew about he and the company's financial struggles and claimed to have overheard him admit to needing to get $17 million quickly. This was enough for the FBI to set him up in a massive sting operation, although really there wasn't technically enough evidence for them to do what they did, but they did it anyway. The FBI set him up in a videotaped interaction in a Los Angeles hotel in which undercover agents got him to agree to be the financer and bankroll a cocaine smuggle worth about $6.5 million. And as it was videotaped, he was caught red-handed conspiring to smuggle cocaine and had to go on trial. So it was not looking good for John DeLorean. At the minute, his company is about to go bankrupt, his car is atrocious, and now he could be facing immense consequences for cocaine smuggling. So he's in court. The FBI have huge evidence against him, but there are some things that can prove useful on John's side of the case. So let's go back to earlier when I told you that Hoffman had claimed that DeLorean had reached out to him to set up the drug deal. Now there are a number of issues with this. One being that, like I said earlier, this was not enough evidence for the FBI to legally set him up, meaning that DeLorean was actually kind of saved by this, as it was classed as police entrapment and was illegal. Now the second thing was that DeLorean had no criminal record before, whereas James Timothy Hoffman was literally a career criminal whose name had to be redacted on the official records and reports. This meant that Hoffman could not be 100% trusted. Now, this not trusting Hoffman thing was also backed up by the third reason, which was that DeLorean's assistant's phone records had shown that it was actually Hoffman who had made the initial phone call, and it was the other way round. Hoffman was trying to set up a cocaine deal, not DeLorean. It was also later found out that if Hoffman could incriminate someone on videotape, then he would face a reduced sentence for cocaine trafficking, and DeLorean was his target. All this helped John DeLorean to receive a not guilty verdict in August of 1984 due to illegal police entrapment, as he had been practically forced and trapped into this crime by Hoffman and the FBI. But the story's not over yet. By the time of the not guilty verdict, DeLorean's life was basically ruined. His company had fallen into bankruptcy and his reputation was screwed. In fact, when asked if he would continue to work in the auto industry, he sarcastically replied with, "Would you buy a used car from me?" And the bad news doesn't end there. Sadly, in September 85, John was back in court for a completely different reason: fraud. It was said that he had scammed his investors and sent money for DMC to himself. But he was also found not guilty of that. But it's thought that actually he did commit that crime. Right then, thanks for watching Automotivania. Hope you found that interesting. If you did, then like, subscribe, share on social media, all the stuff they say to do on YouTube videos. Do it for this video, do it for this channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.